Hi, and welcome to the Gifted and Distractible vlog. I'm Julie Skolnick, your host, and I'm here to talk to you about these days of awe that I happen to be in. If you are of the Jewish faith, you're likely celebrating Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, and these are really two bookends that make me really think about how meaning can be infused in our lives, and especially for twice exceptional people. So on Rosh Hashanah, we think about what was our past year like? And what do we want to change or bring into the new year? And then on Yom Kippur, we're sort of judged and we have to really make a plan. What are we going to actually change? And I'm going to do a little show and tell. So this is called a shofar. It is a ram's horn. If I could blow it, it would look like this, and it's hard to blow, so you actually have to be trained to blow them. And we hear them in synagogue every year, and it's very special to hear. And there are different sounds that this ram's horn makes. And Maimonides, who was this Renaissance man from the 1100s and 1200s, he was a rabbi, he was a philosopher, he was a doctor, he was a scholar. He interpreted the sounds that we hear as ways of thinking about changing our lives and bringing change into our lives. So we hear a sound that's kind of like a long blast. You think of it as like a coronation sound, and it really is to remind you that there's something bigger than you out there. You know, we all get kind of stuck inside ourselves. And sometimes we forget that there's a bigger, wider world out there. And so it reminds us that there's something above us, something more, something bigger. Then we have these three sounds that kind of go wah, wah, wah. And actually it's crying. It's like the weeping of your soul, because your soul wants so much to be its authentic self, to get back to the way it wants to be in the world, to take off the mask, to be that authentic self, to have that empathy and do things that are meaningful, right? And then we have another sound, and it's do, 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 do. And these are all coming out of the shofar. Do, 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 do. And that's like an alarm clock. Wake up, get ready. Think about those things in the past. Get ready for what you're going to change in the future. And then the last sound is the biggest sound, and it's kind of like a long sound. And boy, I'll tell you, when the shofar blower does this in synagogue, and we're all waiting, and it's going, and it's going, and it's like, wow, what a talented shofar blow that was, because it's so long. But you know what that sound represents, according to Maimonides, this beautiful rabbi, philosopher, doctor, Renaissance man? It's the cracking open of the heavens to hear what you're hoping for and praying for. It's the cracking open of yourself to be reborn and rebirthed so that this new year can be so meaningful for you. So I wish you, during this time of our year, a really meaningful, whether you celebrate Rosh Hashanah or Yom Kippur, but a really meaningful time for you to assess your life, how you've been this past year, how you'd like to be. And I hope that you can find the very specific steps to really implement and find your purpose and your goal in the coming year.